It's showtime. Yes, we have got some new laws to talk about, and yes, it is really scary stuff because these two new laws look like they will be coming into law this year. Believe it or not, it's true. Now, before we crack on, I need a 5 by 5 if you good fellas can. That would be seriously cool. And so, whilst we wait to get that established, we're just checking everything's good. 163 people here already. Awesome. Well done, guys and girls. Fantastic. And we have from across the pond, Pilgrim Prepper to be the first. Thank you for that confirmation, sir. Excellent. So, where are we? We have to welcome 4,007 new subscribers to the channel this last 28 days. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, awesome. You are in the right place. This isn't just a prepper channel, this is an aware prepper channel. There's a big difference, as some of you will find out as we continue. So, for you new guys, just quickly, this is my job. Everything's gone peak time, and I've ended up doing this as a living, and I try my best to literally help as many people as I can, as we just touched on, become aware of all of the stuff which is going on. So, like I said, this is my job. So, any donations at all will be truly, truly gratefully received. That is whether it's live, like right now, or if the super chat and that sort of thing are in play. And if any of you guys are watching on a replay after this has gone up, all of those things are available underneath the video. So if you click more, you will see PayPal, Ko-fi, and Buy Me a Coffee. They are already there. And also, I'd like to say welcome to, now I checked this an hour ago, it may be more, 8 new members to the Funky Fam. You guys are fantastic. And yes, you are definitely in the right place. And you will see other members of the Funky Fam here. I'm seeing it on StreamYard in green. And if you're watching on YouTube, I think indeed your names are written in green as well. And green is cool. Green is the best color ever, obviously. So thank you to everyone who has become a member. The smallest, lowest price there is available on YouTube in that tier membership rating, and it all helps to support this channel. So, of course, this is my job. This is my livelihood now to support me and my family, and it's just me. So I am the producer, I am the director, I do all of the editing, I do all of the research. Apparently, I'm an influencer now, whatever that means. So, yes, I haven't got any team behind me, it's just me. So, we try our best, or I try my best, I really do. The newsletter went out on Tuesday, and I'm going to try my best to make sure another one goes out on Monday. I did say I was going to do one a month, but I'm going to try and do one a week. It's difficult, but I'm trying to get into a routine to get that done. So let me just check something. Yes, if you are new here, please click underneath the video where you will see a link taking you straight to the website where you can sign up to the newsletter. The newsletter will be pinged straight into your email inbox. And like I said, I'll try and do this every single week. Okay, so it's awesome. I've got over 5,000 lined up and signed up to the mailing list, the newsletter, which is fantastic. It's free. There's no gimmicks. All you need is a name and an email address. It doesn't even have to be your real name. Okay, that's all you need to do. It's real simple, and you will get loads more information, which I can't talk about on YouTube due to the terms and conditions which they put on their platform. Right? Because I am being shadow banned again. I know it seems to be like an onward battle this year for me and this channel. Shadow ban is very real for some of us guys on YouTube. Richard Vobes is one, and there's many others who keep getting shadow banned. What I might do is I might try, and it's difficult, I might try and screenshot loads of comments of people watching my video saying they were subscribed, now they're not subscribed, or the notification bell which is selected on was off, so no one was getting any new videos, which I try and do every single day during the week. So yeah, it's a nightmare. So if you are subscribed, can I ask you real quick to go onto my main YouTube page and see if you're subscribed and make sure that your notification bell is set to on. You might have to do this every single week or check every day or whatever you can, because lots of people are being not notified, being unsubscribed, and all of the rest of it. Because on this channel, I do try and push the boundaries of what I'm allowed to talk about and what I'm not allowed to talk about. So if you go down that road as a YouTube content creator, you will be penalised. And the only way that they're going to penalise me is to literally shut me down so I can't reach anyone or to stop any funding, etc. It's a nightmare, but this is how it is. All right. So that is that. That is that. Yes. And also, if you want to, you don't have to. There is an email address underneath this video too. So if you want to send me an email, go for it. That is underneath the video. Click more, and it will bring down a big, huge description box of not just that information, but loads of details and links to kit and equipment for all of us preppers. Most of them all have discount codes, so you're going to save money too. All right, and it also supports me in a very small way as well. So that is absolutely awesome. And like I said, I will try and get onto the mailing list thing on Monday. So yes, um, I have literally been taken. It's 3 weeks now. 3 weeks, almost just stepped away from everything. Yes, I have been doing the odd video now and again, but I haven't looked at any of my emails in my inbox, which is the addresses underneath this video, for 3 weeks now. So if you've emailed me and you think it was urgent, please bear with me. I've literally taken a break from it all. This was from some advice from some of my friends saying, look, you've been pushing this for so long, you need a break. And I listened and I've had a break. So it's essential. Anyone going through all of this crap since 2020, you are going to need a break from all of the madness. And this 3 week break has really, really helped me in a huge way. So much so, I'm literally raring to go, hitting the ground running as from Monday. So that is all good in the hood. So yes, that's the email thing done. Also, if any of you guys have not signed up to the newsletter, just briefly, I've done a really nice interview with a friend of mine on the Isle of Man. His name is Neil McCoy Ward, and that will be available on YouTube at some point as soon as this website gets almost to completion. That is going to be up on YouTube and on the website as well. Lots of people have been asking me, when are you talking to Neil? I've done it was great. It was a 45, 50-minute interview. And yeah, we talked about a lot of things. The first 20, 25 minutes or so was okay for YouTube, but then we started deep diving and talking about stuff we can't talk about on the YouTube, but that is going to be on the website at some point. And there's going to be more and more others who I'm going to be contacting as from Monday. I think there's about 8 other YouTube prepping channels all over the globe, and we are going to get them on this channel, and we're going to talk about the stuff that really matters, what we're seeing as regards to all of these crazy changes which are going on here in the UK. Okay, so without further ado, just briefly, we've got 824 live here in the chat right now. Whilst we wait for the magic number of 1,000, we want to know exactly where you guys are watching from. So that would be cool. I'm just popping over to here, and thank you very much. All I'm going to say is Claire for the donation over on PayPal. That's awesome. Thank you very much indeed. We have got members, JJ Recon in the house. Good to see you, brother. So let's welcome everybody. Mary over in POWYS. That's awesome. Wiltshire man, you're over there in Planet Earth. Awesome. Good to see you, Sandy. Always good to see you, mate. Who else have we got? Wow, we've got lots of people here today. Stephen, yeah, Jeff Buys Cars. Yeah, we're going to be meeting in person in the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that interview too. Me and Jeff chat quite a bit actually behind the scenes. Um, we got Isabel. Good to see you. Change your logo there. I noticed. How you doing? Hope all's well. Um, Canadian Prepper. Yes, I've emailed Nate, but as you can appreciate, he's a seriously busy guy with the huge following he's got, and it's 50-50 whether he gets back. But no, Nate's been emailed. We've been following each other from day one, so that's all good in the hood. Bringing the comments right down because we got lots. We got Belinda up there in North Wales, another member. Hi, Belinda. We have got Squirrel Sniper, brilliant, from Sussex. Excellent. We got Drew. I remember seeing that face for a long time. Hi, Drew is over in Leominster. Awesome. Who else have we got? We got Janet over in Texas. Cool beans. Texas is Zion. You know what I'm talking about right now. Fantastic, fantastic. We got well, look at this. We got lots of America all of a sudden. We got Patrick Davis from New Jersey over there in the US of A. Who else have we got? Oh, we got so many. We've got Jodie Feather up there in the Scottish Borders. How's it going? Brilliant. Really, really cool to see actually. We've got people from all over the globe, which is nuts. And we got Agile Minded over there in Wolverhampton. We got the one and only over there in Belgium where they make nice beer, obviously. Hi, dude. Brilliant. We have got the crazy dog over there in the Deutschlander. Sehr gut. The gets. Awesome. We got Joe up there in Northern Ireland. Renown. Who else have we got? We got Jennifer over there in Cornwall. Awesome. And we have got Stuart over there in London. Hi, Stuart. How's it going? Also a member, which is fantastic. And another new member who joined last week, I believe, Paradise Acres from Georgia, down south, y'all. Yes, sir. Ain't that right, son? Brilliant. What's this? We're all Texans at heart. Yeah, amen. 100%. We've got Julia down in Southampton. And yes, I know if you guys are watching on a replay, bear with me. We're just waiting until we've got thousands in the chat. And then we're going to hit the ground with lots of stuff about this scary crap with these new laws. Yes, laws, which is going to affect everyone. Whether you're rich or poor, you're a homeowner or you rent, it's going to affect everyone. So don't go away. And yes, we're real soon. We've got like 15 people to come in and we're going to run with it. So who have we got? We've got Richard down there in Devon. Awesome. Hey, y'all. That's right there, son. Shout out to the Beaverines as well. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. We got Teresa over there in Canada. We got Paul over there in Spain. Excellent. We got um, Ems over there in Japan. Awesome. We have got people all around the globe. That's absolutely right. We have got Melanie over in Idaho. The United States will kiss my ass. That's right. We have got Angry Goige in Iceland. Awesome. We got Nikki B in the house from East London in it. Spot on. Okay, there we go. 1002 right here, right now in the chat. So we are going to lose that banner. I'm getting good. Sometimes I kick that up there, don't we? So let's get straight into it. Welcome, friends. We have got some stuff to talk about. And if I've got time, I might try and talk about the online safety bill. But it does look like a packed show with this new energy bill. Okay. Some of you might not know, but yes, this is absolutely real. We're going to roll with it right now. Right, let me see. Brand, and here we go. Right, what you are seeing on the screen is the new energy bill. As you can probably understand there, it's right near the end. Okay, consideration for the amendments. Okay, so there's all sorts of talk going backwards and forwards about amendments, possible changes, considerations, etc. There is a lot to understand about all of this. So we might as well show it actually. Let me see. We just drop that there. So yes, this is where it's at. It's gone all the way through this, and it's been um, some time in the making. Now, this energy bill, right? So we're talking the House of Lords now. If you can see at the top of the screen where it says HL, okay. Now that is an energy bill which has 446 pages in that bill document. First reading was in the House of Lords. That was way back on the 6th of July, 2022. That's when the first reading took place. Now, as you can tell, if you've counted them, there are 12 stages in total for this bill to become law. Yes, legally binding law. And it is almost there now, believe it or not. As you can tell, it's now at stage 11. And the last stage is what's called royal assent. Okay, so who knows what royal assent means? Right, let's go and have a little look, shall we? So, what we're going to do is we are going to present this via a screen share, and this is directly from UK Parliament. Okay, this is the most up to date, so this is absolutely genuine. You can tell by the URL that it is genuine too. Royal assent. A bill becomes an act of parliament once a bill has completed all the parliamentary stages in both houses, so as the House of Lords and indeed the House of Commons. It is ready to receive royal assent. This is when the king formally agrees to make the bill into an act of parliament in brackets law. Yes, genuine, real law. There is no set time period between the conclusion and the consideration of amendments, ping pong, because it keeps going backwards and forwards, I guess, and royal assent. So look at this. This is important to understand, guys. When royal assent has been given, an announcement is made in both houses by the Lord Speaker in the Lords and the Speaker in the House of Commons. At prorogation, the formal end to parliamentary session, the Black Rod interrupts proceedings of the Commons and summons MPs, members of Parliament, to the Lords' Chamber to hear the Lords Commissioners announce royal assent for the bills passed towards the end of the session, which has not received royal assent earlier in the year. So we are almost at that stage now. What happens after royal assent? Legislation within the bill may become into effect immediately. Okay, immediately after a set period, or only after a commencement order by the government minister. So a commencement order. We're going to read on to that now. A commencement order is designed to bring into force the whole or part of an act of parliament at the date later than the date of royal assent. So basically, what it's trying to say is a short to medium time period after royal assent has actually been given. If there is no commencement order, the act will come into force from midnight at the start of the day of the royal assent. So that is literally almost where we are at right now. And yes, it is quite scary, actually, to be frank. So, what can we do about all of this? What does it actually mean to us? So, let's have a talk about that, shall we? Representatives from energy companies will be given the power to enter any home. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you own your home, if you're a tenant and you're renting. Yes, representatives from energy companies will be given the power to enter any home. Listen to this, with police protection if required. Yes. So they can be absolutely accompanied by police to enter your home to replace traditional meters with smart meters. And they have been told that they can use reasonable force. Reasonable force. Now, that could mean all sorts of things. It really could. It all depends on how the situation is unfolding right there, right then, at that period of time when that action is being put into reality. Now, listen to this. Failing to comply to energy efficient ratings, you could be fined up to £15,000. Up to £15,000. Or, get this, you are going to be facing 1 year in prison. Yes, 1 year in prison. Can you believe that? How many of you out there have ever been in prison before? I'm guessing the majority watching right now have never been to prison before. Okay? Absolutely bloody bonkers what's going on. Oh, excuse me. So, yes, prison or a £15,000 fine. Pretty crazy, but guess what? This looks like it's going to be law very soon. I suspect this year. We are on the cusp, almost at the equinox going into autumn time. Okay, so yes, absolutely, all of these things are coming into play. So it does seem to be that every September stroke October, every year as we go forward up to 2030, big things change, especially with energy, because they aren't stupid. They know that the average homeowner or tenant or landlord or whatever it is are going to be using more energy than normal from these months we're in now. You are going to see big changes. Okay? Like I said, these are laws which do look like they're going to be coming into reality very soon. And yes, 1 year in prison. Who has heard about smart prisons? Do you know what smart prisons are? Um, I'm talking about right here in the UK right now. So let's have a look, shall we? All I done was I went into the search engine and put in this. Here we go, UK smart prisons. These are what we are talking about. All of these. Now, who wants to spend time in these places? Okay, it's hideous. But make no bones about it, the government has spent a small fortune in getting 6 smart prisons fully operational. This is no conspiracy theory. This is no joke. This is a reality. This is happening right now. Yes, 6 smart prisons. It's true. If you don't believe me, just check it out. Go into a search engine and put in UK smart prisons, go into images and see what comes up. Okay. Like I said, this isn't BS, guys. This is reality. Okay. So, 6 smart prisons. Listen to this. HMP, Her Majesty's Pleasure. They're going to be changing that soon, I'm suspecting, because we haven't got a female monarch. Okay, makes sense. Stands the reason. 5 Wales in Wellingborough. Okay, now that is a Category C prison, so we're not talking the most serious violent offenders. Cat C is absolutely going to be for people non-payment of fines, etc. Okay, guess what? That is open right now. The recording and update of this video, which is the 15th of September 2023, that prison is open right now, and that can hold 1,700 people or inmates. 1,700 people in that one smart prison. Okay. We have got another one. This is in Leicester. Okay. That one has 2,000 places for prisoners. So already 3,700 people in these brand new smart prisons, which us, the jolly taxpayer, have contributed with paying our taxes towards that seriously kind, loving, and genuine, caring government. It's true. 3,700 people. And guess what? There is 4 other prisons being built. or due to be built. Okay, so we got one in Rochester, one in Wigan, one over here in Wales in Port Talbot, and one in Yorkshire. 6 super smart prisons in total. And I'm guessing as we get nearer the completion of the 6th prison, they'll probably build even more. Okay, see where this is going? So Fife Wells and Fossway are now currently open, like I just said. So yes, it's absolutely true. I'm not making this up. I'm showing you everything I can. And what I might do if I remember, it's hard sometimes because I do forget. I might try and put loads of links under this video. But like I'm showing you how to do it yourself. Also, I just noticed, thank you, Michelle, for that super sticker. That's amazing. And for a member as well. Now, that is an awesome way to support this channel. Thank you so much indeed for that. That is truly fantastic. God love you for that one. Thank you very much. So, yes, the UK energy bill. Now, what do we know about net zero? Yes, we've talked about this on videos before. Now, I think the problem I'm having, because I do get people that say, I don't believe you, you didn't make that video in the past, you're making it up. The problem is, I've done lots of videos, especially this time last year, going into probably about March time. Some of you followers of me will know this to be true. They were just called Intel updates. Basically, that was just a daily video based on the stuff which is changing more over here in the UK, but sometimes outside of the UK. Now, some of these topics that I discussed about are hidden somewhere in those Intel update videos. It's basically impossible to go back, to go and watch each video, make notes, and change the titles and hashtags accordingly. It will just take far too long. But some of you guys watching right now know what I'm talking about and can back me up on this. Yes, UK net zero targets. So basically, we're talking about reducing greenhouse gases by 100% from 1990 levels to 2050. Now, if you're an errant and you're from Archaics, we all know that 2040 is literally going to be the end. 2050, what a pipe dream BS figure that is. Okay, so we're looking at CCC, so Climate Change Committee. This was in May 2019. Okay, so before the issue in 2020, almost a year before. Yes, net zero targets was made legally binding by the Climate Change Act back in 2008. Yes, you can make notes and check this out yourself. It's not BS, it's true. Okay, the Net Zero Emissions Law, Build Back Greener. Now, do you remember hearing the government saying build back better? All they've done is they've edited it and remixed it and said build back greener. How many times have you heard the word green regarding what's going on out there? Pretty much. Okay, so the Department of Energy Security Net Zero, the 19th of October 2021. All of this will make sense once you start spending a bit of time and looking into all this stuff. It's bloody bonkers, and I'm not egging it on. I'm not blowing it out of proportion. These are just facts. Okay, they really are crazy. So let me just show you this. Like I said earlier, someone was telling me in the chat before I come on air that talking about the amendments. Okay, so we're going to look at it right now. I literally found this, and we're going to look into it quickly. Okay, so this is the Energy Bill, HL, House of Lords. Okay, right here. These are the amendments from 1 to 165. This was literally 3 days ago now. Okay, there has been these amendments now. So if you wanted to do a screen share, if you can't find this, that is what the amendments are and have been. That was that. Okay, so you're looking at 275 to 338 were agreed to. Okay, so those amendments have actually now been changed. So basically, it was returned to the Commons with the amendments. So yes, things have changed within the last few days, and it's very, very difficult to get all of the nitty gritty within that. But look at these, the contents and non-contents. It really is a close thing. Really, really is. So that tells me that there is a hell of a lot of BS going on with those considerations of amendments. Yes, it's absolutely true. It's crazy. And what have we got here? Dank matter. Thank you for that donation, sir. I believe it's a sir. Uh, much love from the US. Quick question. Do you think it's worth investing in older vehicles to avoid increasingly restricted smart vehicles? Basically, how I see things is um, the the closer you are to all of the latest technology and digital um, recommendations, enforcements, possibly. The closer you are to all of that, the more difficult your life is going to become. The further you are away from technology and digital, the better it is. This is just my opinion, and we are free to express our opinions any way we pretty well want to, because that is just how I feel. Everyone's free to do that. You don't have to believe or go along with everything I say. I absolutely encourage you guys to research yourself. I do, because the more people we have researching, asking questions, and looking into things, the better. So I would say, from my opinion, um, get an older vehicle, something that's easy to repair, possibly do the repairs yourself. Um, Something like 1990s to the year 2000, 4x4s are fantastic. They're very, very easy to fix, upgrade, modify, alter, etc. Um, and you're less reliant on technology. Okay, so the more reliant you are on other people or technologies, the harder and more difficult it's going to be. The more easier and simple things are, the easier your life is. Have you ever wondered why people that live in the countryside have a really simple, fulfilling, wonderful life compared to someone in the city who is literally stressed out, wound up, moaning, miserable, etc. Okay, there's probably a chart somewhere of the average life expectancy of someone who's lived all of their life in the rural environment to someone who's lived in a heavily denselated population. Okay, stress is a big killer. Poor diet's a killer, and yes, it's serious and it's true. So I would say, based on that, the older, more simple the vehicle that you've got, the better you're going to be. And just on a side note, did you know that Tesla cars are indeed mobile surveillance devices? Not everyone gets this, but it's true. If you don't believe me, look into it yourself. Tesla vehicles have cameras front, rear, left, and right, and record audio. All the time that that vehicle is on and it's operational, it is recording video and audio. All the time they're driving around, it's recording everything. So it's basically having digital police everywhere, and people don't even know it. So if you respect your privacy, don't get a Tesla, don't get an electric vehicle. So yeah, absolutely avoid all of that BS at all costs, in my own humble opinion, of course. Don't forget this is a live action role play. Sweet. So yes, something else to consider with these crazy laws, and yes, they are going to be scary because when it starts sinking in, you're going to be start to ask questions. Now, what we need to do is focus on this, okay? So the UK housing stock is mostly non-compliant homes regarding energy ratings. So I would say there's more houses here in the UK which have low energy ratings. Okay, you might not even know what energy rating your home is, but I would assume it's quite easy to find out what energy efficient rating your home is. Um, is anyone watching right now? Are they part of the scheme which go around to people's houses and measure the energy efficiency ratings of homes? If you do, I'd love it if you was to email me so I can find out a bit more about the process of the ticks in the box, how many certain ticks are required, all of that sort of thing. What's Tester actually done to give a home an energy efficient rating. Okay, so think about it. Think about this. Now, this is what I like to do. I've written down loads of notes. In fact, I've got another 2 pages. But once I've gone through those notes, I'm going to be free talking. Now, lots of you regular guys who watch me, especially on the live, love it when I free talk. And I'll be honest, I love it when I do too. It's a really good way to sort of engage the brain in asking questions and thinking differently than all of the BS which all the mainstream and the government are feeding everyone on a daily basis. True. Okay, grade two listed buildings. Do you know anyone who's got a grade two listed building? Do you live in one yourself? I'll ask you to ponder this one. Grade two listed buildings must be energy efficient. Can you imagine the implications to converting a grade two listed building into an energy efficient home without it showing that it's been modified in any way? Can you imagine the ramifications of what's involved to actually turn it into reality? Are you a builder? Do you renovate homes? If you do, send me an email, please. I'd love to get your take on all of this because I'm planning on doing future videos that are based on how this works, the real nuts and bolts of it all. Okay? Not just website bloody, whatever's going on there. It's crazy. It really does make you think about things. How are they going to do it? And if they don't achieve this by a certain time period, is it possible that those grade two listed buildings could be demolished? Could that be possible? It's really worth asking the question. I'm guessing people will either say yes or no to that. But before you answer that question, have a little think about what's changed since 2020. Things aren't what they used to be, and they're never going to be back to 2019 times. I think most of us can literally agree with this. Okay, right, let's just take that down. Yeah, it does make you think, doesn't it? Now, I'll be looking into a few other things about this. Now, how many people have actually looked into this, and how does it make you feel? It's a really important question. Really congested tonight. Sorry about that. That's better. Wow, I can breathe clearly now. So, grade two listed buildings, I say. Now, new buildings, right? So, buildings that have been built since 2020, for argument's sake, okay? Whatever they are, whether they're commercial or residential building, okay? Compare them to something from the Victorian era. Compare them. In actual fact, let's have a little look into it right now, shall we? Let's have a little mooch. Right. So, check this out. It certainly does make you think about a few things, okay? So, just look at that on the screen. All of the architecture, all of the creativity behind all of it. It's incredible. I mean, just look at this. Look how beautiful that house is. Look at all of the design and how intricate and how much creativity is gone into that building alone. I'm sure you'll agree it's absolutely a beautiful work of art. It absolutely is. Just incredible. Now, obviously, most of us are aware that all of the funding for all of this come off the back of the British Empire around the world, lots of money, and all of these things happen. But it just goes to show, with skilled people who take pride in their work, can create absolute beautiful pieces of work. It's absolutely stunning. Now, there's a reason why I showed you that because I wanted you to think about what you've seen regarding that kind of architecture. And look where the architecture is going now. Do you think the architecture now, in comparison to the Victorian era, is boring, unimaginative, non-creative? Who agrees? Now, there's a reason for this, and yes, it's sinister, along with everything else which we are uncovering as we go through this crazy decade from 2020 to 2030. It's crazy. Some people call it brutalism. Brutalism. Do you know what that means? Let's have a little look then. It basically sums up what I'm trying to point out here. So, all of the things that I've just showed you about the amazing Victorian architecture, okay? Now look at what we've got now. Look how boring and crap this is. It's just disgusting. I mean, just look at it. It's just cheaply made, thrown up concrete casts of ugly, beau- beautiful, non-beautiful, unimaginative buildings. I mean, for God's sake, can you check out that crap right there? Look at it. Does that inspire you? Does it make you want to be creative? Does it make you want to be imaginative? You look at that, how is it going to make you feel? How is it going to make you feel? It's just disgusting, boring, and crap, basically. But unfortunately, that is another thing on the agenda to literally make people non creative. Now, think about that for a second in the grand scheme of things, okay? Non creative. They don't want people to be imaginative, use their imaginations. They don't want people being creative. They want people miserable, ill, and compliant. That is basically what they want. And as we go through these periods of time, you can literally see it changing. I mean, that was just one real simple, easy explanation. Just one thing about architecture. One little thing. But you add that onto all of the other things that are going on. And yes, of course, we are being dumbed down. Of course. I mean, we are being dumbed down. We are being put into debt, which we can't pay. I mean, if you done well at school and you went into college or university and you got a loan, a student loan, how long is it going to take to pay that back? Now, I do believe that there's a certain criteria threshold where you don't have to pay anything back until you earn over that threshold. Now, I wouldn't put it past them evil gits to lower that threshold. Yes, as they try and put wages. But what is the point in putting wages up when everything else is going up price anyway? You're not actually better off at all. They're trying to psychologically trick you into thinking, wow, I've got a pay rise, brilliant. Are you going to be better off, really, compared to what you was getting a few years ago? I put a post up on Instagram today showing one average size tin of stewing steak, £4. £4 for a tin. Ridiculous. See where this is going. It's just another thing on the rung of that crap ladder which they are trying to make us climb up, if that's the thing. So yes, that is basically what has been going on behind the scenes at the same time with everything else that is changing. Like I say, I love it when you guys comment what you actually feel and what you see and what you hear about how the world is changing from your own eyes. Okay, put in whatever you want to in the chat. Put in whatever you want to in the comment section underneath the video, because all of the time that this video stays up there, people can read what the flavour of the people are saying about these changes, which we are being told by mainstream that they are for our benefit, they are for our safety, they are there to make us feel good and have a better quality of life, etc. Goddamn BS, and you know it. You feel it. It's absolute BS. Of course it is. You've got to be crazy to swallow that stuff, and you really, it's nuts. It's really nuts. So yes, they're getting less and less creative designs. Look at the Victorian era in the buildings. Um, it's basically, yeah, it's doing psychological damage over a long period of time. The more that you are walking around and you're seeing your environment change from beautiful, creative, inspiring architecture into basic, boring, grey crap. It's designed to psychologically make you depressed. And like we know, depression is part of fear. And once they've got you in fear, they can control you like that. So a good thing to do is think of ways that you cannot be feared. Do not comply. Don't comply. Just say no. In fact, I done a YouTube video a few months back called Start Saying No. People need to really watch that video and understand because it will empower you and it will make the fear that you have just slowly melt away. Once you lose the fear, they can't do anything to you. All the time you're scared about what not, yeah, they got you in your palm of your hands, buddy, for sure. So think about this bill that we're talking about here before we go too off topic, right? Energy efficient appliances. Okay. Now, who remembers a few years ago when you go out and get some white goods for your kitchen and the energy A triple plus, quadruple plus, or whatever pluses they want to stick on the end of that A to make it really, really energy efficient. You, you're buying into the idea. It's going to save me money. Yes. And now they are bringing in the environment stuff, aren't they? It's going to make you feel better if you believe in this BS that you are doing your bit for the environment. Yeah, you are helping by buying Energy A triple plus efficiently rated friggin' washing machine. Yes, sir, you are doing your little tiny bit to help the planet. So all of the stuff that this United Kingdom emits, right, compared to a global percentage, guess what? 1%. Yes. So the entire United Kingdom, all of the CO2 output compared to the global output is 1%. Yeah. While China, India, while they are building power stations like crazy, causing so much pollution, is it really going to make a frigging shred of difference if we limit that 1%? No, of course it's not. You know, if we all drove muscle cars full up with petrol all over the place, we all had coal fire, bloody heating, etc. No, that 1% ain't going to frigging make a shred of difference. So you've got to ask yourself, why is the West being penalised in this way? Start thinking about that. Why? Look at the BRICS nations. Look at what's happening to the West. We've talked about this before. Look at the influx of migration, not only in the UK, in Europe. And look at America. Look at their southern border with Texas. Unbelievable. We are being overrun. Even the music is changing. It's got some sort of Arabic sort of sound to it. And look at these fighting age males who are coming over here. You know, if you're fleeing a war, surely you're going to take your women and children with you. If you are going to war, you would leave them at home. Friggin' let that sink in, for sure. So, not only that, you've got fridge freezers, kettles, hoovers, all of that sort of stuff, okay? That is where they want you to be. So, somehow, you've got to find money to buy all of this stuff. It's crazy, but it's true. This is what we want, okay? Now, listen to this 1.7 million oil boilers, stroke burners, okay? Yeah, 1.7 million oil boilers here in the UK right now. People use those. They are going to be banning them from being fitted into new build homes on when? 2025. Yeah, not next year, the year after. So 2025, from that year onwards, it will be illegal to install oil heating in new build homes. Yes. Now, who wants to have a little deep dive into, yes, heating pumps? Let me know if you've got a heat and pump. Send me an email. I want to hear your stories about how you've got on with it, what you think about it, the pros and cons. Let me know. Now, I've been looking in between the lines about these bloody heat pumps. Now, apparently, they are really good if you have a really well-made, expensive, energy-efficient homes. Okay, like I said earlier, look at the UK's housing stock. The majority is old, drafty, cold, energy inefficient homes. That's the majority. Okay. So listen to this. The 2030 ban on petrol and diesel cars as well. 2030. Dude, it's like 60 years away nearly, or just over. That's insane. This is what they want to do. I remember doing a report about the Welsh government. They want to make it illegal for private vehicle ownership from 2028. Good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. Crazy. Now listen to this. Heat pumps. Okay, this is what they want. They cost on average between 12 and £15,000 to install one heat pump. 12 to 15,000. How much is it going to cost to put a gas boiler in your home? Anything between 3 and 6,000 quid, anywhere in that sort of figure. Okay, so that's not beyond the realms of possibility for someone to get a loan and to pay that over 5 years or whatever it is. Okay, you start talking £15,000. How many average people have got 15k just lying around? Not many. Not many at all. If you are fortunate enough to have that sort of money, guess what? You're going to be throwing money away because listen to this. This is crazy. Now, apparently, they want to, the government, they want 600,000 heat pumps installed by 2028. 600,000. Do you know how many have been installed so far? 6,000. Yeah. So, do the maths. It's a massive shortfall, isn't it? Okay. And also, another thing, if you have a heat pump, they have to be fitted on the south-facing wall. If it's not fitted on a south-facing wall, it's not going to run correctly. In other words, you're not going to get the maximum benefits from it. Now, I know that some of you people out there have already got heat pumps. It's crazy. Let me just check to see if I've missed any donations. Oh my God, why do I not got alerted? Alexander, Sandy, thank you, sir. You didn't have to do that. What an amazing guy. And Christopher, too. Thank you very much indeed for those donations. I'm sorry I didn't find it, but for some reason it's been shifted into a different inbox thing. Bloody technology, eh? Mamma mia. I don't know why my face keeps going blurry either. How much closer do I have to sit? Crazy. Bloody crazy. So, yes, let's crack on with this because we're getting into something now, right? So many heating engineers are leaving the industry. Heat pumps require a complete home refit, bigger radiators. So it's not just someone comes along and sticks a heat pump on your wall, plugs it into something and walks off. No, it's quite a big thing. You know, you can get stuff that's fitted on the wall or stuff that's fitted on the ground. Okay, if you get stuff on the ground, they've got to dig trenches and ditches and all sorts of things. And I know people personally who have had these heat pumps fitted. Okay, this is where it's going, people. Now, I remember in this job that I'd done years ago now, I was a facilities manager for this manufacturing building. Okay, so it's my responsibility to make sure that all of the stuff in the building run as it should. We had a server room with all of our industry tech related in that room. It needed air conditioning to keep it cool. So I checked around, I found the correct validated aircon engineers, and I've got one to come round and check check the systems over, clean it if necessary, upgrade or replace if necessary. You come round and guess what? Whilst I was showing him the little tour of the server room and where the aircon was fitted outside the building, do you know what he done? He looked at the boiler on the wall in the corner and he smirked. I said, "What's up?" He goes, "You won't be seeing them in the future." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "What, gas boilers?" He said, "Yeah." So they're all being replaced by heat pumps. And I just went, "No way." "Oh yeah." And he said, "It'll happen sooner than you think." Do you know when this was? Yeah, 2018. Even then, heat pump installers were being trained for future installation jobs regarding these freaking heat pumps. Heat pumps are crap. They really, really are. Don't take my word for it. Check out videos on YouTube, ask around, even if you've got one yourself. Okay. So, like I said, it's not just a case of tearing up, sticking on the side of your building and plumbing in, job done. No, it's a major job. All of your radiators gotta go. Got to be bigger. Yeah. So think about all right then. Think about rural locations in the United Kingdom. Okay, so places away from the towns, away from the cities. I live in this mountain in the middle of nowhere, and yes, oil burners or oil boilers, sorry, almost like if you're off grid, okay, so you're not connected to mains gas. It's pretty much impossible to have mains gas running to rural locations. We're talking like Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and some parts of England. Lots of people live away from all of the idiots, okay, because we have had it up to here with living near frigging idiots, okay. So we decided to do whatever we could to get out to rural areas away from the frigging idiots. Let's face it, they are freaking idiots. So many idiots in cities. Nightmare. 50 years I spent living in a city. No way, Jack. You couldn't pay me to go back to that place ever again. So, yes, the government wants to ban all fossil fuel heating systems by 2026. Do you want me to say that again? Yes, the government wants to ban all fossil fuel heating systems by 2026 into newer homes. Okay, so you won't be doing anything regards wood burners, even if they're nice and efficient, like the one I've got there. It's a really good multi-fuel burner. It's excellent. We get maximum amount of heat and hot water out of it, and you get very, very little bits of ash. It burns. The gas isn't everything. Really, really good. They're worth the weight in gold. These multi-fuel burners. Okay, and let's face it, trees can go really quick. They can get cut down. They come down in storms, firewood, and they grow again, and they keep changing. To me, that is a good idea to use that. Okay, and even some people they still believe that if a company drilled into the earth and extracted oil, once that oil well or that reservoir is dry, that's it forever. No, Jack. 15 years time, guess what? All of that well that they were drilling, which run dry, it's full up again. It's an absolute frigging scam. It's an absolute scam. And in fact, all of the emissions which are burnt off from so-called fossil fuels, okay, trees love it. That's their job to extract all of it. It helps them. So when we stop burning all of this stuff, what's going to happen to the trees? Think about that. Yes, people talk about depopulation. Absolutely. That's what's going on. It scares people. People don't want to hear it. But the frigging truth. Yes. Carbon footprint. Reduce carbon footprint. Do you know what the carbon footprint is? Us. You and me. Yeah. We breathe out carbon and we leave footprints. They want to reduce the population. That's it in a nutshell. Pretty much it. So yes, we are looking at having a quick drink very soon. So yes, by 2026. Yeah, they want all that banned. Okay, so no gas bottles, no wood burners, no coal, no oil boilers. No. Everyone should have a good old heat pump. Yeah. Now listen to this, right? 28 million homes, roughly, in the United Kingdom right now. Okay. So where's the money coming from? So think about it. What did I say earlier? Up to or around roughly £15,000 per installation for one heat pump. Okay. Think about that. £15,000, all right, times 28 million. Do you know how much that is? 420 billion pounds. 420 billion quid. We've all got to find from somewhere to get these things installed. And do you know how much the government paid towards all of this scheme? Bearing in mind, it's going to take at least, and it's always going to be at least, it always goes over budget. You know as well as I do, council schemes, contracts, tender, it always goes over budget. Okay, it's going to cost 420 billion to do for every home to have a heat pump. The government has paid in, guess what? 1.8 billion. Wow, thank you, government. Of course. So, and you're going to get a £4,000 grant if you get one of these heat pumps. If you're freaking stupid enough to want, yeah. So, where's the money coming from? I'll let you think about that for a sec while I pour myself a drink. Because it's been quite a hot day, we're going over to Henry again. We all know I love that. Look at that. 8.2% real cider. Yes, sir. So, we're going to get that done. And we want to see what you guys are saying about that. God, look at the chat. You guys are awesome blowing up the feed tonight. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Wow. This is quite cold, actually. It's been out of the fridge for an hour now, but it's still cold. Awesome. Put it over there. There we go. Cheers, everybody. Mmm. Oh, good. Mmm. One of these days, I might do a drunken live stream. No, you don't want to see that. So, rewind selector. Guess what? 420 billion quid. That's what it's going to cost for 28 million homes in the UK to have one of these poxy little heat pumps fitted. So, listen to this. This was based on an experience I had knowing someone who's got one and what I observed because this is all new to me. Okay. I'm from back in the old school days. We had a really old gas boiler. We had paraffin heaters in the bathroom built at the back of the house because we had no central heating back then. So that's what we've had. We've had open fires in a terraced home in the middle of Portsmouth. And we burnt coal, wood, all sorts of stuff. Kept us warm because let's face it, back in the 70s and 80s, we had brutal frigging winters compared to what we got nowadays. So yeah, Generation X. Shout out to all the Gen X folks out there. We are literally the Zion generation. We are. There's no one better. But I know some of my elders out there is going to disagree. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, we were born on a special time, the Gen X folk. But heat pumps. Now listen to this. The air that gets blown out of the heat pump. So basically, it's a great big metal box. It looks pretty much identical to an air conditioning unit. Okay, so these big, stupid, great big metal boxes with a huge big fan on there, probably made by Mitsubishi or something like that. Okay, bloody hell, the air that blows out of those fans freezing cold. It's really, really cold. Now, I did try to look into the average temperature of the air which comes out of those fans, which gets blown into the environment. And I couldn't find an average. I really don't know what the average temperature. But one that I saw not that long ago, I put my hand about, I don't know, 5 or 10 inches away from it. And let me tell you this, it was pretty much exactly the same as ice cold air conditioning you get into your car, freezing cold air. All right, that was just out of one heat pump. Okay? And it wasn't a particularly hot day either. Nothing like the heat wave we had last week here in the UK, the Indian summer. What a saviour that was. I was beginning to think summer was cancelled in the UK. I know it's been good for the last 7, 10 days or so. But no, nonetheless, the temperature of the air, which was getting blasted, and I'm not joking, it was blasting out of there, out of that bloody unit, was freezing cold. Okay? So think about it. What would happen if every single home on planet Earth had one of these heat pumps? Can you imagine how much colder the planet will be because ice cold air being blasted out from all over the globe? into the atmosphere. What do you think that's going to do to our climate? What do you think that's going to do to our wildlife? What do you think that's going to do to our nature routines and cycles? Absolutely, it's going to make an impact. It has to. There's no way it can't do. It's a massive change. We're talking ice cold aircon getting blown out big time out into the air. It's going to literally cool the planet down. But not only that, guess what? The noise. Do you know how noisy these frigging things are? Seriously. I'm not joking. Look at this. 75 decibels for one unit. 75 frigging decibels. Do you know how noisy that is? Can you imagine your whole street where you live if they all had one? And it's all going to come on roughly the same time. When it's winter time, these things kick in, they get noisy. The colder it gets, the noisier they get, the more energy they consume. It's noisy. And do you know what it's going to do? It's going to get so noisy, the more of these heat pumps get fitted, you will not want to go outside because of the noise. You see where this is going now? All part of everything else, that control. The bottom line is they want you inside a tiny little insulated home with a heat pump and constantly on the internet, tracking and monitoring everything you think and everything that you do. Yes, that's where they want to get you. And if you're not smart enough, you're going to fall for it. You're going to end up in a tiny little a smart apartment with a heat pump and internet, probably 5G, just smashing all of the cells up in your body. Yes, if you think 5G is absolutely fine, think again, my friend. Look into it. It is not good for you. Even Wi-Fi and 4G is not good. Okay, we're talking accumulative radiation. If you don't believe me, check it out. There is a guy, you're going to find him if you're lucky, if he's not been deleted. His name is Barry Trower. Barry Trower. Look into him. Mark Steele, there's another one. Look into those guys and see what they've been pointing out there. 5G is a nightmare. And it goes into everything else. They want everyone connected to a smart grid. And a smart grid is, yes, 5G technology. Connected to your smart meter, connected to your smart heat pump, connected to your smart fridge, your smart TV, your smartphone, your smart speaker, and your smart doorbell if you're dumb enough to have a smart ring doorbell. Really? And your smart car outside? Do you know where this is going? The bottom line, one word, control. They want control over your life. Absolutely, Jack. They want to control every freaking facet of it. They want to know what you think, what you buy, what you sell, where you go, what you say. They want to know all of it. But guess what? Privacy. At the end of the day, we're human beings here on planet Earth, and we are free to do whatever the friggin' hell we want to do, as long as it doesn't upset anyone else. What's wrong with that? Really? Let's face it, life is short enough as it is. You'll be lucky to make 80 years old. Okay. Now, go back a long, long time ago, before processed foods, before chemtrails, before all these radio waves, frequencies all over the air. Think of how life used to be before all of that stuff. Look at photographs in the 70s. There's no obese people in sight. Do you know why? Because processed food wasn't a thing back then. There wasn't so many chemicals back then. Now, it's a frigging nightmare. So the life expectancy and the average quality of life regarding human health in the human body is diminishing decade after decade. People are getting less intelligent. People are not questioning things as much as they should. Let's face it, you've got to be blind not to see it. The world is changing, it's changing freaking fast. And if you don't adapt, if you don't prepare and try and get around all these heinous things which are going on, you're all going to fall by the wayside and end up in a smart prison or something else, doing as you're told to do. Okay? Look at what's going on in China with the social credit system. That absolutely is coming over here. And it ain't going to be far away either. It really isn't. So, I know it's crazy. I mean, look at what is going on in Wales, where I live. Okay? Look at this. This isn't Wales. This was 2 days ago now. Okay. The Welsh strategy supports 2050 net zero heat targets. Welsh Government has launched a consultation into its heat strategy for Wales, designed to support its commitment to achieve net zero by 2050. 2040, mate, you'd be very, very well to survive that anyway. As well as mapping out the path for net zero across all sectors, it also acknowledges that the degree to which consumers engage and accept new low carbon technologies will affect the speed and scale of transition. Okay, now look at this, which I highlighted earlier. Every homeowner and landlord will be empowered to make the right choices to decarbonise their homes. Yep, decarbonise. What a horrible word. Welsh homes are some of the oldest and least efficient in Europe, with almost 20% in brackets, 277,000 homes off the gas grid. Okay, so they are rural, they have no mains gas in Wales. Okay, and us folk in Wales that live away from grid gas quite like it actually, which means the scale of change required is greater than in other areas of the United Kingdom. There is also a huge financial challenge as approximately 45% of Welsh households are currently in fuel poverty. Look at that. Nearly half of all of the homes in Wales right now are in fuel poverty. Unbelievable. On top of this, emissions from industry account for a greater percentage of Wales emissions than the UK average. Yes, I know. Absolutely bonkers. Fuel poverty. Are you in fuel poverty? I'll tell you what, I better find some money from someone to get some logs because I suspect that the price of logs are going to go up again this year. I don't know about you guys who have wood burners and multi fuel burners. No matter where you are on the planet that you live, have you noticed the price of firewood gone up since 2018? How much of an increase have you seen? It'd be really good to hear your thoughts, because it's gone up, bloody hell, it's gone up about 10% in the last 18 months. And that's just where I live. And I've got no idea what it's like where you live. This is why it's important to get people's engagement with the videos that I do, with these live streams, okay? Oh, check it out. Funky Beaverines. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? Exactly. John's another one who I've got to contact next week. So, yeah, we're going to be going live. Don't you worry about that. Someone just said, "Oh my God, it's so quick. Look at this." Oh, I like that one. Yeah. Do you know what? I use that for kindling. It's brilliant. It's great to get the fires going. Yeah. So thanks to you agencies out there who send me bills and reminders and all of this nonsense. Yeah. Thanks for absolutely helping me get my fire going and keep myself warm out here. You guys are awesome. So yeah, you know what I was saying about the heat pumps earlier, right? And they want to put a heat pump on 28 million homes in the UK. Do you know how many currently trained heat pump installation engineers there are in the UK? Have a guess. 15,000. 15,000 qualified engineers. So, what's going to happen? What can you see happening? What can you foretell with this situation? There's a huge demand, not enough qualified engineers to fix the problem. It's going to take time, and or you are going to get engineers rush through training, and they're not going to be experienced. That's a big thing. Any of you guys and girls that work in the heating industry, plumbing industry, it takes a lot of years under your belt to have a good level of experience. Am I right or am I right? You get someone who's never had any experience in installation engineering regard to heating and plumbing. Okay, so you get someone in there and you put them through a week's course or something like that. Then they're going to be going out doing installs on site, jobs, houses. They're going to be installing this stuff with no experience. Can you imagine the freaking calamity that's going to be? Like I said, these have to be on a south-facing wall. If they're not, they're not going to work properly. They're not. Can you imagine if you lived in a high-rise? You're going to have to get an engineer on the outside putting all of these little heat pumps outside your little box in your high-rise flat. Can you imagine the implications? Can you imagine the costs? Can you imagine the health and safety? Can you imagine the projected contract spiral out of control regards the health and safety implications for doing such an installation on a 20-story building? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine that 15 grand cost? It will just go like that, bonkers. So you are talking about that 420 billion quid it's going to cost. At least it's double that. That's like just under a frigging trillion. And that is just heat pumps. What about we want everyone to have these smart cars? Where the hell is all the energy going to come from? POWYS. Where is it going to come from? We've not even talked about the extra, I don't know, 500,000 or God knows how many million illegal immigrants there are in the UK right now. They're all going to need heating and transport in time, aren't they? Of course they are. Where's the money going to come from? Let me know what you think. I'd love to know your emails on this. I know some of you guys have been emailing whilst this show's been going on. Whether you're a heat pump engineer, an installer, whether you are a builder, you're going around people's homes and you're taking wood burners out because people have been duped in by the government that it's a good idea to get a heat pump and get rid of your nasty, dirty, horrible, wood burner. Really? Let me tell you this. If you've got a half decent wood burner, sorry, multi-fuel burner, so you can burn coal in there, okay, you can buy really good quality Welsh smokeless coal. It's fantastic. You can buy really, really good quality dried hardwood. And when you look at your chimney, guess what? There is zero smoke. No smoke. How the hell is that contributing to killing off this amazing planet that we live on? How the hell is that happening? Considering that the entire emissions from whole of the United Kingdom, 60 to 90 million people living there, and industry, okay? 1% of the global pollution. 1%. Yeah. What are they doing in China? Are people in China being coerced and forced into getting heat pumps? Are they? How many of them are on gas? How many of them have a wood or coal fire in China? Be interesting to know that, wouldn't it? And it'd be interesting to know their total CO2 output per annum over the last 5 years, half a decade. Be interesting to know that data. And I do understand that it's impossible to believe any data which comes out of China because they are pretty much a secretive state, aren't they? Even Russia to that extent. So yes, it looks like that these BRICS nations are literally growing under a very, very sly, secretive, evil government, basically. And I know all governments are evil pretty much, but you've got to admit China is probably one of the worst of what they do to their people, etc. Crazy. Absolutely bloody crazy. Um, so who have we got? We got Michael and we got Dank Matter for them donations earlier. Thank you very much indeed. That's awesome. But yeah, can you see where this is going? These laws are going to be coming into effect, I would guess, this year. That soon. Yes. So let's have a quick look at this. What we're talking about, that sort of thing. Okay, look at this. This is from the UK government official website. Okay, this was published in October 2021. Just so we're clear, all right? Phasing out the installation of fossil fuel heating in homes off the gas grid. All of these things can be viewed. Okay. Now look, the consultation as well. Now this is interesting. This is back in 2017 by the Clean Growth Tragedy. We've mentioned this in previous videos about a year ago now, and it's quite crazy to see all of this slowly coming to fruition. Now, look at this. To end new fossil fuel heating installation in homes off the gas grid from 2026. See, I was not making that up. The amount of people that accuse me of fear porn. No, I'm not creating fear porn. I'm just pointing out to people what the government are saying, which a lot of people just have no idea about what they're saying. We're trying to get people to look into this. Okay, check this. The heat pump first. How catchy this little slogan is. Heat pump first. What a load of BS. Approach to replacement heating systems in homes off the gas grid 2026. We would like views from the heating industry, consumers, so that's you and those with a wider interest in the UK's net zero ambition. Net zero ambition. Now that, my friends, is truly disgusting. Net zero. No carbon. No, sir. I just saw. Is Andy the Gabby Cabby in here? Is he? I just saw Daz. I didn't know Andy was in here. If you are, welcome, mate. I hope you're doing well. I bet you've been bombed under by bloody ULEZ, haven't you? Here he is. Good to see you, brother. Awesome. We've had Andy on the show before. Good to see you, sir. I hope Mum's doing well and all the rest of it. Right. But yeah, literally, these laws, I believe, are going to be coming into real law this year. And we've not even talked about the online safety bill. There just hasn't been enough time. I look at the time 21:21. Does anyone see stuff like that? 21:21, 22:22, 11:11? Who sees that? Let me know in the chat and indeed under the video in the comment section. Because, like I said, this is an aware pregnant community. Okay, so also, oh, look at that, we got Full of Hope as well. Hi, how you doing? Hope you're well. And yes, if I don't know if Margaret's in there, but a big shout out to Margaret who donated just after last week's show. Awesome. And Emma, 1111. Emma knows, don't you? Absolutely. Just looking through the comments. Oh, you guys are awesome. Oh, you blood out the chat. 1,000. Nearly. Wow. Awesome. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for staying this long. I know it's been a long time. Here we go. Look at this. This is from Mark. Hi, Mark. I recognise that face. I am number 4. We know. Can we go for net zero tax? Yeah. Do you know what? I'm glad you said that because my friend, some of you know him, his name's Björn, is out in Norway. Björn, Andreas, Hansen. We spent quite a lot of bit of time on at the Bushcraft show, privately talking about all sorts of stuff. And it's quite cool because he actually said, "Look, you don't have to agree with everything I say." And I said to him, "Mate, I said I don't want you to agree with everything I say. We are free to express our opinions no matter what, but not everyone has to agree with them." Now, can you imagine what it would be like if everyone literally just agreed with every opinion? Can you imagine that? There should be room for debate. There should be room for discussions, maneuverability, and opinions. That's what I believe a free society should offer. And people like me, Richard Rhodes, all the rest of it, are being banned, shadow banned, and all of that because all we're doing is we're talking about people's opinions and wanting to know other people's opinions based on what we're learning, what we're finding out, what we're sharing. Is it so bad? But no, going back to Björn, he even said there's one thing which you are going to see moving forward. Taxes are going to go up. And now let me tell you this, when he said that I just laughed. I said, mate, absolutely. You gotta be stone cold frigging bonkers to believe that the government are not going to be introducing and creating new taxes. Okay? Cast all Mind back to the Roman Empire, okay, and all of those times. People started revolting when taxes got out of hand. Now, what are we seeing right now? We are seeing taxes go batshit crazy. Sorry for saying the S word. It's true. Taxes are going nuts. And what can we do about it? We can sit here, moan, scratch our bums, and try to pay these extra taxes. We could do. You could try and question the legalities of these taxes. You can decide to stop paying taxes if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I'm not telling you to. I'm not advising you to. I'm just saying if people want to stop paying taxes, they are going to. So we all know that money is literally currency. Okay, it's like an energy currency. All the time you apply for a loan, you are in fact creating currency issued with debt. Okay, and that issue of debt is changeable. It's called inflation. All of these taxes we are supposed to be paying. Where are we going to get money from? We've already talked about AI. We've been talking about our jobs being taken away by robots or AI software. It's just a matter of time. You've got to be crazy to believe that this isn't going to happen. It is going to happen. There's people out. Do you know what? I know people who are artists. They are digital artists. Okay, they spend a lot of time and money on software upgrades, all the rest of it, creating beautiful pieces of art in digital form, only for an AI software program to come along and create something way, way better in literally a hundredth of the time, sometimes seconds. So, is there going to be a need for digital artists as we move forward? It's one person's job out of billions of different jobs. At some point, we are going to be replaced. Then what do we do? Now, some of us have already heard of UBI, Universal Basic Income. So, some crazy scientist or professor has worked out the bare minimum what the human being is going to need to survive going through this decade. And there's going to be no room for maneuver with disposable income. Literally, money comes in, money goes straight out, there's going to be zero to spend on anything. But they're going to make sure that you should prioritize an internet above anything else. Because if you're not online, they can't monitor you, they can't track you, they can't trace you, they can't bully you into all of these crazy payments. Now, like I've said, I've just come off the back of a 3 week break online. Yes, I know I put a few videos up, etc., but I've not read any emails. I've not done loads of extra things. I even didn't even do a proper live stream a few Fridays ago because when you get privy to all of this information, lots of it is bad and it's not good for you. And you should take breaks. Okay, you should find time. Linda, thank you very much for that donation, Linda, over on PayPal. That's awesome. I really appreciate that, Linda. You're a star. Seriously, welcome. But no, we need to pull together on this. We need to start drawing lines in the sand. Now, I know since 2020, there's been lots of lines drawn in the sand, hasn't there? And there seems to be lines drawn, but they seem to get walked over all the time. So the lines in the sand aren't really making much differences, are they? Um, the only, you know what? Just as I was thinking this, oh, it's gone. I don't even know what. Here he is, Andrew. As soon as I was going to say this, Andrew popped up with this. So synchronicity, Andrew. You and me are on point, sir. Don't comply with their shenanigans. No, the only way I think we're going to get around this is peaceful. Yes, peaceful non-compliance. The second you start losing your rag, getting violent, getting dangerous, all you're doing is you're lowering your energy to there. Okay, basically, all of us are really, really bright light bulbs with a dimmer switch. Okay, all the time you allow yourself to be scared, fearful, worried, um, getting really angry. Your light is just dimming down. And that's what they want. They want all of our lights dimmed down. Now, if you can try and find a way to stop living in fear, because that's what they want. I mean, let's face it, all of this news crap every single day is designed to get people fearful. Now, the reason why I put these videos out is because I want people to listen to what I have to say, and I want people to listen to my possible solution at the end of every video. Every live stream, every video that I do, no matter how doom and gloomy and fear porn and all that BS people say, there's always solutions, which is what we all need. We need to find a way. Now, one of the good ways, which I believe, which many people agree with, is peaceful non-compliance. Okay, educate yourself, become intellectually involved, and just learn to say no. Don't have to be rude. You don't have to be ignorant. You don't have to be arrogant. You don't have to be dangerous. You just need to just smile and say no. Simple as that. The more people fully understand that and start actively adopting that, regards to all of this crap which is coming down the pipe, the better. Now look at this. Don't fall for the new age crap. Well, it's not new age crap. It's just common sense. Okay, where does it get you if you go out and protest and it turns into a big riot? Where does it get you? Nowhere. How many riots and protests have there been? Violence. And how has that gone? No. How many times have you been somewhere where you see millions of people sat down on the floor and just saying, no, it's happened in Thailand. Check out your history. Look at the changes of what's happened. Look at what happened in the Philippines when all of that credit system crap was going on there. You know, people were getting thrown to prison because their neighbours were shopping them because they were disagreeing with the government. Honestly, peaceful non-compliance. Just say no. You don't have to throw a punch. You don't have to shout, rant, and rave. Doesn't really get people anywhere. Just literally just choose not to take part in this BS exercise. More and more people are literally just saying, nah, I'm not playing this silly game anymore. And they don't. You know, some people stop paying council tax. Some people just do whatever they want to do. And like I said, September, so we're talking a year ago, magistrates' courts here in England and Wales were over 320,000 cases behind. Behind. What's it now? Love to know the latest figures. So the only way that you're going to go to prison if you do something really, really serious, I have seen people with a full up trolley in Tesco's just walk right out the door and beep, 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 beep. Guess what? Nothing happened. No, they weren't arrested, they weren't chased or nothing. So I'm thinking, why the hell am I paying for my groceries after seeing people walk out with 5 times more than I got for absolutely free? People are literally doing what they want now. It's crazy. Um, Animus 33, thank you for that super sticker. Canadian dollars. Also, cool, we got someone from Canada. Brilliant. Thank you for that, sir. Or sister. Awesome. Let me just check. Fantastic. So if you're watching Margaret, thank you for that donation last week. You actually saved the bacon. So yes, yes, yes. It's really good to see lots of people in the house. Now, unfortunately, we've run out of time. And yes, I did want to talk about the online safety bill because that bill is going to be law, and that's probably one of the scariest things of all. This year or early next year, and I hope to God it gets rebuffed. I really do because if that actually becomes law, guess what? End of private encryption. No, all gone. So Signal, WhatsApp, Telegram, bye bye, all gone. Not in the UK, not in mainland UK. That's a story for another day, possibly if I get freaking time to get around it all. So I would like to say thank you to everyone who's donated to this channel, whether you're watching on a replay or you're watching this live right now. It seriously helps because, like I said, all I do is I spend my time making videos, researching, producing, editing, all of the rest of it, all by myself because I haven't got a team behind me. It's just me. And yes, it really, really helps. So everyone who's donated, you guys are awesome. I think people have done it on Ko-fi and Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal as well. PayPal Friends and Family is amazing because all of that money goes to the channel. I think on YouTube they take a nasty cut with this one out of order. So you guys who have donated, thank you ever so much. Look at that, Steve. Cash is king. Yeah, I use cash all of the time. As soon as there's money in the bank, I take it all out in cash and I support local businesses. Bang on the money there. And of course, everyone who's taken part in the chat, thank you ever so much. Your input is always appreciated. Um, and also, everyone on the replay in the comment section under the video. I always enable the chat replay so you can watch what the guys and girls have been typing based on whatever they want to. Everyone's free to voice their opinion as long as they're respectful. You start coming on here disrespecting me and my community, don't be surprised if the moderators put you in the sin bin. If you carry on, you're going to get blocked forever. So if you want to create another channel and carry on, you're going to get blocked again. It's easy to block. It takes ages to set up channels. So if you want to be a troll, you're just wasting your energy and you're making yourself look a twat at the same time. So the moderators, you guys and girls are fantastic, trying to keep this community respectful. Like I said, I've got no problems people talking about whatever they want to talk about. Hi, Chris. I just see him. Back to my pipe. Cherry tobacco, sir. Give it a whirl. Pipes are okay, but my God, I'm pissed off to keep using the lighters all the time. That's just me. So yeah, the moderators, you guys are fantastic. Thank you ever so much. And yes, I'm going to be hitting the ground running as from Monday with the new newsletters, new videos, and I will be contacting all of those preppers around the world to get them on the channel as well, because I know you guys want to see them all. So, like I said, you guys who've donated, you really don't know how much it means. Fantastic. So, thanks for watching. You guys take care. Bye.